Hello and welcome to the 30. Tonight we're flipping the tables on Patrick. I am going to interview him. It's his 1 year anniversary, and we want to congratulate you, Patrick, on this wonderful platform that you have created for entrepreneurs, business owners to actually um, learn some new things from people. So, Patrick, welcome to the show. Welcome to your show.
Oh, well, thank you, Sabrina. Let's do this first and let's get things going, and then we'll come back. Over to you, Sabrina.
Hello. Patrick, thank you, and thank you for letting me switch the tables on you, and I will interview you today.
Gee,
uh,
that sounds exciting.
yeah. So congratulations on your 1 year anniversary of the 30. It's amazing that you have been able to produce a show every week. It takes a lot of time and effort and dedication, and I congratulate you for that. So tell me how you're feeling today.
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, this month is 1 year that we've been doing. Actually, we started with Pause Break 30, just to go along with New York State when we were in a pause, and then switched to the 30. So it's been 1 year, and I'm enjoying it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I can't believe it's been a year already. It's just unbelievable that we've been in this pause lockdown, for an entire year. So tell me on the 30, um, just briefly, what is the main focus of the 30?
Well, the main focus, Sabrina, is that we bring together business owners, entrepreneurs, key decision makers, and leaders, and those that are doing things within the community, just basically to chat about and give them a platform for them to really say what they're doing, talk about their journey, and more importantly, for the viewers to get some information that can help them in their everyday lives if they wanted to go into business, or whether they are leaders and need some help, and just to hear a different voice, a different platform, or someone else that may say it a little bit different.
Yeah, yeah, I totally understand. And as you were going through the year, how did you determine who you were, what points you wanted to bring to the table, and so how you would go about selecting your guests? Like, I think you covered different aspects of being a business owner or wanting to be a business owner. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So sometimes I see, as I look through Facebook, I may see someone that pops up that looks okay. We need to bring this person on. So that's one way in terms of social media. Or I may be in communication with someone else, or there may be a friend of someone, and I say, okay, that sounds like an interesting topic that I need to bring on, so that others can hear and see. And that's pretty much how we source our guests. Our previous guest may says, hey, I think that you should look at this person, so they may refer me to another guest.
Right. Yeah. I hear. I understand. Yeah. Um, so what do you find that there was one common thread with most or all of your guests when trying or venturing into starting a business?
Yeah, I think, Sabrina, in terms of one thing is that they had a passion for it, and they did it, and they branched out, right? Entrepreneurs, and especially entrepreneurs, they're the types that takes risks. It's different from someone that is uh, working, but an entrepreneur put things on the line, not only their time, but their finances. And that is me. I like to take risks. I've always been like that. And that type of person really appeals to me. It's also someone, I look at someone that has tremendous faith, and
Mm.
they believe in God. They have a faith that is beyond that. Whatever they do, they know that it's going to succeed. They may go through some things, but at the end, they have the faith that it's going to succeed.
That is so important because as an entrepreneur myself, I started long before my husband and I started, but it's really having that faith to know that the next step will show up and being really strong in that. And that's awesome that you saw that throughout your interviewing process. And what was some of the joys that that they had?
I think the joys of being making their own time, making their own schedule, right? That's a big plus of being an entrepreneur, and knowing that whatever time you put into it is what you get out of it. So I see that as one main thread in everyone that I've interviewed, but also those that I've studied in terms of small business owners, large business owners, having their time, and knowing that, again, whatever they put into it, they'll get back out of it. But the time component is a key. The freedom away from not going in at a certain time, leaving at a certain time. But as an entrepreneur and a small business owner, you put a lot more time in and
It's
a lot more
24/7.
hours. So
Yes.
you're literally sometimes maybe making an hour, $1 an hour, if you really count the time and the money that comes out of it. But the freedom is the key.
Yes, yes. I think the freedom to set your schedule, make your choices, and really know what you're going after is definitely big. Now tell us a little bit more about the Jackman Group and how that relates to business owners in general.
Sure. So we started the Jackman Group we officially filed back in December of 2010. We launched it in January of 2011. So this is what, 10 years, 10 plus years that we've been in operation now. And our primary focus is leadership development, team enhancement, organizational strategic planning, and sales training. Those are the things that we do. And we partner with many different companies, whether it's corporate, non-for-profit, large and small, across the US and internationally. So that's pretty much what we do in a nutshell. But our goal is to take individuals and companies from where they are to where they desire to be. So we go and we first doing these analysis, and we talk about your desired outcome. Where do you see yourself going? What's
Mhm.
currently taking place? And what are some of the gaps in between there? And our responsibility is to come in with solutions that can help them close those gaps.
Right, right. And now I know that as a corporate trainer, you did a lot of on-site training. So
We
what
did.
happened? What
We
happened
did.
last
Well,
year?
something called COVID came came in and kind of messed everything up, right? So we, like everyone else, like yourself, we had to pivot. So we had to make a serious judgment and a decision. Well, are we going to wait till everything comes back, which we don't know, or are we going to pivot and go online? I told you this story. One of some great friends of mine who are also clients, and they were always telling me, Patrick, you need to take your training online. I'm like, come on, I don't need to do anything online. People don't like online; they like in-person training. So here comes COVID. So now we've taken our training online. We're doing virtual training, and we've embraced the online world with your help too, Sabrina.
That is amazing. Now, has your clients embraced the online learning platform as well, or did you have to convince them? Because I know there's still people that are, there's innovators that are jumping and trying
Mhm.
to find out what happens next, and then there's still some hesitation on on others. They're just not sure, I guess.
No, none of our clients, whether existing or new clients, thought about because every one of us have been forced to make an adjustment. So the clients that we have now and those that we've had have all pivoted to realizing virtual training for right now. Obviously, everyone would like to get back to in person where you can hug each other, high five each other, right? But for right now, everyone is virtual.
Right, right. And for this past year, what have you learned about virtual that you never thought, like in the past, you would be like, "Ugh, virtual." Like, what were some of those things I really need to do this, and the advantage or the disadvantage? Talk about
Sure.
that, people.
I didn't have a choice, so I learned as much as I can. I learned that you just have to do it, right? It's just something that you have to do. We all learn from TVE that it's progress, not perfection. So I've learned that is that you're going to have to go through some trial and error, and don't worry about it. Don't get caught up in the details. Just do it. Set up your camera. We've invested a lot of money now in terms of our equipment. We have cameras, we have new screens, we've gone with the green screens. So we've invested for the long haul because we believe that some way of online will still be here, maybe the hybrid model. But I've had to learn from April through
Mhm.
to now, and I'm still in a learn mode because I don't think that I know enough about the online piece. And I have people like yourself who've done it for a long time, and dare to teach me and coach me along and suggest to me what's going right and what's going wrong. So I love it. Your community, and I thank you for being there, and everyone in the Teekah talks and the Titans at the table. So I thank you so much for. But I've learned a lot because
Yeah.
I was resistant. I was really resistant of going online because I don't like to sit in front of a camera, although part of training is in front of an audience. But naturally, I'm a more behind the scenes type of person.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've all had to learn, how do we get our audio to work, or this or that to work, right? What are some of the tools? Now, I know that you've dabbled in a lot of tools as well. So I love this platform that you're using, StreamYard. Give me a quick rundown of why StreamYard.
So I start off with Zoom, and we use Zoom for our platform for training. We also use Google Meet. But when it came to the online for the broadcast of the 30, it was StreamYard was a choice of ours because it's very simple.
Mhm.
It's plug and play. You can just pretty much, it's very intuitive. It's simple, and you don't need a lot of equipment, and everything is there for you. Another thing that I love was the community of StreamYarders. It's a tremendous community. I've learned so much about streaming from them. And I'm on, it's funny because I'm on Sunday nights at 9 o'clock. And my wife says to me, "Hey, you're going up to watch Nerd Yard." Yeah. So she calls it Nerd Yard. Yes, I am. So I like that the founders, Gage and Dan, they're on every Sunday night at 9 o'clock, and they pretty much give us updates as to what's taking place, and they take questions from everyone that's on. Plus, they give some gifts. I'm hoping to win one, but I love it as a studio because it allows me to go out to many different platforms all at once.
Right.
So right now we're streaming to to Facebook. We're also streaming to YouTube and to Facebook platforms. And depending on the package, you can stream to many other
Mm.
different places. So that part I love about
That's
StreamYard.
that's wonderful. That's really wonderful. Um, so what words of wisdom would you have to tell other companies, other entrepreneurs that have not embraced the virtual world as yet? We're not saying it's a binary choice of virtual or in person. We're just saying that what would you say to them to be open to this new normal?
I would say just get on board. Don't wait. Don't wait for it to be perfect. Don't wait for you to learn and says, okay, let me get everything lined up. I gotta get my lights all lined up, my camera, my microphone. Don't wait. Just do it, and you will find that there are individuals out there waiting for your message, waiting to hear something from you. So the longer you delay, the longer you are keeping them from what you have to say. So I would say just embrace it. Don't worry about knowing everything. None of us do. So, all right. And just do it. And if you need help, find a coach, find a community, find
Mm,
someone that can help you. Like I needed help. I coach others, Sabrina. I train and coach others as a professional coach. But I needed a coach myself in order to help guide me along. And
mm.
that was you. So you are my coach, although I coach others, but a coach needs a coach.
Oh, yes, I have a coach as well.
Right.
You know? Yes, I have coaches, I have mentors as well. It's like we can't give ourselves a really good haircut, or we can't give ourselves, operate on ourselves in surgery, right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
yeah, definitely. And I like what you said about, waiting for everything to be perfect. I know, especially in a corporate world, we all think everything needs to we came from an environment that everything has to be perfect and every line has to be straight. But if you look at what's happening right now, even on television, people's Wi-Fi go out, their backups
Hmm.
go crazy. There's lots of things that are not studio, what we were normally, but everybody understands that these things happen, and nobody is looking to really nitpick about these minor things, right?
Right.
So I agree with you that we should not wait to share our gifts
Hmm. Hmm.
and to share anything that would help somebody to get to that next step. So now I want to know a little bit more about Elevate.
Sure. So Elevate is one it's actually our group coaching program where when we say group coaching, so we have two. We have a group coaching and we have a one-on-one coaching program. But the group coaching is virtual where you will join a number of people and we meet monthly and we talk about the things where you are and where you want to be. We give you development, we'll give you homework, but more importantly, we come together as a group and the others share and inspire each other and celebrate each other's success. So we train and we develop, but we also give coaching because there's two things happening, right? There's the training part, and that's the will, and then there's a coaching part. Well, sorry, the so the training part is a skill, the coaching part is the will. So we do both. If there's a need, let's say that you don't know how to do something, so that's the training part. That's more of the skill part. But let's say that you know how to do it, but you don't want to do it. That's more of the will part, and that's the coaching. So we help you with both training and coaching as far as our group coaching. So there's some individuals there that have experience. We bring in speakers like yourself and others, and that's Elevate. Now on the one-on-one side, we're just going to launch Breakthrough, which is our one-on-one executive coaching.
Okay, that's awesome. Before we get to that point, I know that you have jumped in with 2 feet or sometimes 4, in the virtual event space.
Yes.
And I know you have something coming up shortly next month. Tell
Yes.
us a little bit about what you did last year. I know you did one last year and you're doing another one this year. So give us a little rundown about that.
Yeah. So last year, as you know, and you helped us again on this one. Last year we were planning to have the man-to-man conference, the Candid Conversation conference, that was supposed to be in April. Well, again, COVID hit, everything shut down, and it just so happened that we were both involved or attended TVE, the virtual events on virtual events. So we learned how to conduct online virtual events. So we did the man-to-man, the Candid Conversation conference in August, and that was 100% virtual. And again, Sabrina, I want to thank you because you built the dashboard, you helped us in the help desk, you pretty much ran everything behind the scenes. So thank you for that. So we will have another man-to-man conference later on this year, but we're actually doing another conference, which I'm really excited about, and we talked about it last week, and we're going to show it, and it's Breakthrough, right?
Mhm.
And it's bringing everything that we do, whether on the 30 or Lunch and Learn, bring the passions that we all have as small business owners, entrepreneurs, leaders, key decision makers. We are bringing all this together on May 19th to the 21st. So it's called Breakthrough, the Small Business and Leaders Conference. And the good news is all virtual.
That's awesome. So listeners, save that date, May 19th to the 21st. Contact Patrick right here on this same page for more information. Information coming soon. First thing next week. First thing next week, you'll be able to register for that. That's really, really exciting. Congratulations on that for sure. And then I want to ask you some rapid fire questions here.
Sure.
So, what have you missed the most during lockdown?
What have I missed? That's a great question. I think I miss in terms of being around people.
You mean real people?
Real people.
You're around people right now.
Right. I'm around people. I love my new community, not just the Jackman Group, but I love the Teekah Talks community and the Titans at the Table, yourself and Pam and Cindy and the whole crew, right? And I know that I missed names, but forgive me, please.
TV crew, yeah.
Right. But I love my virtual community, but just physically being around people and being able to, in terms of my male friends, a man hug, shake hands, just meetings in person as opposed to being virtual. So those are the things that I love for training in person, and just being around people without having to wear a mask or getting sick. So so those are some of the things that I miss most.
I totally understand. And when you can travel again, where are you going?
Well, we are going on vacation. I'm not going to say when, but last year we celebrated our 10th wedding anniversary, my bride and I, and we didn't do anything. So we're going to do something this year, and we're going to venture out. I can't say where.
Oh, because maybe it's a surprise?
Well, it's not a surprise, but I'm not going to say where at this point. But we're going to go someplace nice to get away, because it's been a long haul for this year and so far. So we're going to try to travel this year in 2021. We got our vaccines. I know not everyone wants to get theirs, but we got ours. So
Yeah.
that gives us some sense of whether it's true or not, but some sense of security.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. And tell me what it is to have faith.
Wow. So that's a great question, because some things, right, we don't see.
Hmm.
We don't see it. So we have to have faith that it is there. So things not seen.
Hmm.
So I may not see the success of this conference right now because it's not happening, but I have the faith that it's going to be successful.
Absolutely.
So it's a belief and a trust that it's going to be successful. For me, it's belief and trust in God that He's not going to let it down. So that's where my trust and my faith and my strength comes from, is my belief in God. For others, it may be something else different, but that's just me, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I have the faith that He's not going to let me down in everything that I do, and I trust Him wholeheartedly that whatever I do, I may not be successful right away, but I know He's not going to leave me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he gave the dream to you. So
So I'm excited.
there, yes. Yes. I'm excited for you too. I'm excited for you too. So any parting words of wisdom? I want to congratulate you again for all the work that you do, both in the corporate world and in the entrepreneurial world. And I am excited for May event, and where it will be a success. It will be. It will be. So
We are believing that. We are certainly believing that it will be. I know that you are working on some of the things for it. You're also going to be a speaker. So
yeah,
Sabrina is so
I'm excited
humble
about
with
that.
it. Sabrina is going to be one of our speakers, and she's going to be talking about the power of social media. So you want to make sure that you are there. We have some great speakers. Jamie Marco, I spoke with her earlier, and she's going to be a speaker. She's going to be talking about the customer experience. So we have some tremendous things lined up. We're going to focus on breakthrough for you, breakthrough for your team, and breakthrough for your business. So
Wonderful.
that is what we are going to cover. Again, this is it. Breakthrough Small Business and Leaders Conference. So you don't want to miss it. It's all virtual, May 19th through the 21st.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Patrick, congratulations again. Thank you for letting me interview you this time. And I wish you lots and lots of success on your journey as we all continue this wonderful life journey that we're all on. Thank
And I
you for
wanted
this
to
moment. Thank
And I
you.
want to thank you so very much. I also want to thank Cindy Ray. She's our sponsor, C Ray's Thought Pops. I know she's watching now. She's probably saying, they tricked us. But don't worry. I will interview Sabrina in the coming weeks because she's one of our speakers. So I will flip back over and I will interview her. So not to worry. But C-Ray's Thought Pops, you can contact Cindy at 972-862-0194 or craysthoughtpops.com. And I want to thank her for everything that she does in the community. So if you are in need of some emoji sticks, you've seen us raise them up for engagement in your event, in your training, whatever you're doing, make sure that you reached out to C-Ray.
Wonderful. And thank you, Terry, for your comments. Thank you so much. Thank you all for listening. Okay, Patrick.
All right, Sabrina, thank you so very much. Thank you, guys.
You're
And
welcome.
we will see you next week. Remember, go to Jackman Group LLC.com/subscribe and get on our community so that you'll be the first to know what is taking place with our breakthrough. And I want to also thank Anika and Tender Love in Healthcare because they're our presenting sponsor for Breakthrough. So Sabrina,
Awesome.
thank you
Wonderful.
so very much. We'll
You're
be
welcome.
chatting with you in a couple of weeks where I will learn more about Sabrina and our viewers will too. So
Okay.
until then, May God bless you all. We'll see you next week.
God bless.